What's up, everybody? Today's guest that we have with us today is none other than a brother by the name of Jay Gibbons, representing Las Vegas right now. And he has a new project out, so we're just gonna take some time to talk to him. Jay, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. First question, because I got all my questions from the net. Appreciate all you guys who responded and gave questions. But the first question they gave was, is there secular artists that influence you or that you appreciate their art that you know, may purchase or still vibe to?
Sure. I'll take off vibe.
Okay.
I'll take that off.
I slid that in.
You slid that in there. Thanks, Twitter. Yes, that's true. There are secular general market artists that I do listen to.
Yeah.
I think that in general, just art, is to be observed and analyzed as well as appreciated in some sort of fashion. Meaning that there's some dope rappers out there that I like.
Any particular? They were looking for names. They gave names like.
All right, I was
anybody that we would know.
Anybody we would know. I really like, Kanye West. Okay. I did a mixtape praying for him in 2011. I like Kendrick Lamar. He dope.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there's so many other ones, but off the top, like boom boom.
Okay.
Now I'll come back to vibe. Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, vibing to music is different for me now. When relating to the content, and so it's not something that would inspire me as far as the content if I don't agree with it in my walk.
How hard is that? Is that a big struggle to listen to music now? Like as a believer, we know we struggle to some degree, but you're an artist, you're making it.
Right.
So do you feel like there's still a need to be connected to it in a sense, like I still need to know what's going on in a sense, or I really don't? Like, what approach do you take?
The approach, when I first burned all of my CDs and deleted everything out of my computer,
that's usually the first
ran straight to Reach Records. Shout out to Reach for doing an awesome job in the forefront for all of us.
Sure.
But coming about that, there were things in my character that I was dealing with that had nothing to do with the music that I was listening to. The music contributed to it, but the music wasn't the root. I'm not saying that's for or not for anybody, but as an artist now, I listen to it for the sake of art, and especially because I'm a kind of newer artist. I have to learn mechanics and hip hop, etc. And some of my big homies who are Christians pointed me to certain artists who may not necessarily ascribe to Christian music to learn some things, as far as what's going on.
Now, currently, there's in Christian hip hop, there's a great debate of the artistic approach of some being valued more than others, or should I say, some artistic approaches are valued maybe by the masses more than some. Do you buy into any of that, or do you think, hey, when I create this song, I want it to reach kind of everyone, kind of like your project does now? But is it purposeful, or is it just, this is just what I'm going to say and let it stick? Like, do you maneuver that any?
I would like for everyone to hear it.
Yeah.
But I am cognizant of, for example, like the parable of the sower and the seeds. You would like for everyone to hear the word, but there's only this percentage that was for, because of other issues that block the other percentage from getting that word.
Gotcha.
And so I kind of take that with that whole mass appeal, mainstream style versus do what you want, right? I try to I really just strive to hope that the Holy Spirit makes me all things to all men and be respected in both of those mediums.
Gotcha.
To get it out. So I used to care more, but now that I'm kind of moving forward and being more confident in what God has me saying, that's all that matters really, is pleasing Him, and people hear what we're supposed to.
Now, people asked, they wanted to know, who were some of your favorite Christian hip-hop artists that you really enjoy listening to, and really enjoy, not just enjoy their company, because you travel a lot, so you may like them for different,
really enjoy?
Enjoy their music.
I mean, the reason why I not the reason why I listen to Christian hip hop, but the catalyst, his theory has it.
Okay.
Like,
Yes.
when I met him, I was like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's him, you know?
Yeah.
Just as far as hip hop, like flow, you know, as far as like description and like just like this deep thought, I mean, it's prop, and I'm not even saying that on some other stuff. I'm
Yeah.
saying that for real, you know?
Yeah.
You know, really what threw me into Christian hip hop as far as appreciating and exploring other people was like those Humble Beast cats.
Yeah. And you were mentioning earlier, off camera, you were mentioning that Prop played like a significant role in just pouring into you, period. Like, he approached you and like said, hey man, I want to pour into you out of the blue.
Right.
How did that happen?
That happened in 2011. And it was actually the day that we shot. There's a video that we shot called "This City." It's about Las Vegas. And that day we were driving home, and I had met him before as a fan. I went to the table and I was like, "Man, I'm not trying to give you a demo, but like, I just want to know if you got Vegas in your iPod. That's it. I don't need nothing. I just want to say I respect you." So, long story short, he called me back on the phone randomly and said, "God put me on your heart, and I have to take responsibility as a body member to make sure that I'm discipling properly." And so he was like, "So God told me to call you." And I was like,
he's like that.
I was like,
appreciate
what?
it. Yeah, he's like that. He's done that. He's done that for me, just out of the blue, just saying, bro, I'm praying for you.
right.
Like, it's not like I was talking to him about anything, but just like in your story, it was like right on time. So I really appreciate it.
And he's been awesome.
Like, we met, like, he introduced me to you because of his party that he was having. He was like, I want this dude, Jay Gibbons, to open up. And I'm like, who is this?
that?
and Prop was like excited about it. I'm like, I never heard, like, who is this? And like that night was the first time being introduced to your music, and it was just like, this dude is the
Thank
truth.
you so much.
So it's funny because it's kind of like as if you guys had the same vibe, like y'all came up with the same, but it's nothing like that. And it's just funny how God works. A little of your testimony. Somebody wanted to know, like, how did you become, a believer? How did you come to, faith in Christ?
Well, I was raised in a Christian home, and so my mother and dad, both Christians. Grandmother Baptist, missionary Baptist church, Sunday school, everything. So I was raised in a Christian home, church-going family members, but also the same type of just lifestyle, just rebellion, and then the back and forth. I didn't find Jesus until actually, I can't say that. I don't even want to get off into that. But what I'll say is, when I had an awakening was in college. It was toward my senior year, about 2008. And I was going through just a spiral of just partying and just, getting to college and wilding out. And before you were in youth group, being a leader.
I know.
And I remember just a keynote was watching Passion for Christ movement online and seeing like the poems and stuff. And I looked and I was like, hey, they're in LA. And I was like, I didn't even know that. I thought they were, in New York or something,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go. And I went to the church and I sat in the church and I heard the gospel, not for the first time, but for whatever reason, for the first time or something different. And I just was like, and I went up to the front and I said, you know what? I already know what you're gonna say. I've done this. I know what's up. But I think I'm a fake Christian or something. Like, I need to talk. And that was like 2009, and on. So
Nice.
With a lot of that vocabulary is, I think
Sure.
about it differently, but that's the story.
Yeah, and I know that because being redeemed and sanctification.
Right.
Sometimes for some people they have the story like, oh yeah, it was Monday, it was 86, and it was 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And then for some of us, especially, and it's so funny for us who were raised in the church, sometimes it's kind of hard because a lot of us have a story of being false converts, and then all of a sudden it just matters to us, like to the point where it's like we're trying to figure out how to actually walk this out for real. And I have a similar story. So, last question: what's your plans? People want to know what's your plans after this tour. What's the plans for Jay?
Going to Disneyland. Nah, I might go to Disneyland. DJ actually, and they go to Disneyland. They might hook it up. I don't know. But no, after this tour, really just pushing this album.
Okay.
All of this is fun to do and a challenge, but we really got to keep on pushing this album. I guess I can't really say that. Why? can't believe I have one of those. I can't really say that thing.
Yes, you can.
I can't say that.
I can't say that.
But that news will be coming soon.
Okay.
That news will be coming soon. There's stuff in the works that's really exciting, and I think that for those 11 or 12 people that have been faithfully following me, like I really appreciate them so much, and a lot of stuff is gonna happen. Maybe more tours.
Okay.
Maybe more traveling.
All right.
Maybe more collaborations.
Okay.
Maybe some from all of that. So
tell them where to get the music, man, and what's out now.
Right now, get LV Envy on jaygibbons.com. You can search Jay Gibbons on iTunes, or if you forget those, just Google Jay Gibbons. Or if you remember those, go to jaygibbons.com. The album's LV Envy. Get it for yourself, get it for a friend, and you know, that's it. Twitter, SoundCloud, everything is all jaygibbons.com. So
appreciate it, Zach.
dude, thanks you.
Man.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for your time too, bro.